Okay, and just one little piece of information more is we had already known that Slippers had a red backpack, and then we also know that Slippers has a blue hat. So the blue hat and the red backpack have to go together. So I'll put an O here and X for the rest of that row and column. And that lets us also say that, okay, here we know that the slipper column can't be position 1, 2, or 3. So the red backpack, which belongs to the slippers, can't be position 1, 2, or 3. And so we're ready to take on that last clue. Rosie frowned at her notepad. "I'm afraid I'm unable to solve this," she groaned. "Can you remember anything else?" The art teacher smiled and said, "Carlos had on these very cool sneakers. I wanted to get a pair." And Stan's backpack was the color of the sun. So Carlos had sneakers. So we put an O there and X down the column and X across the row. And Stan had a backpack the color of the sun. So the color of the sun would be yellow. So his backpack is the color of the sun. So I'll put an O here and X for the rest of that column and X for the rest of that row. All right, let's see where this can get us. So Carlos has sneakers. He's in position 3, so sneakers are in position 3. So X the rest of that column and row. And position 3 has the green hat. So we have to put that green hat this way too. So we'll put that there, O, and X the rest of that row, and X the rest of that column. And so position 3, we know is Carlos, and position 3 is green hat, which we figured there out, so we can put an O here, and X in the rest of that row, and in the rest of that column. So Carlos, then, we don't know if he has a blue or red backpack. Position 3 can only have a blue and yellow backpack, so we have to realize that then that's blue, sorry. So blue has to be the color for Carlos. And so we're going to X that out there and put X's in his this column. And now we know that he has the blue backpack, so we'll put an O here. And that tells us that Oliva has the red backpack. And we know that Oliva can't be 2, 3, or 4, so 2, 3, or 4 is we have to take out. So that leaves only the 5th position for Oliva. And we'll add that there. And we know that that is the blue hat. So we can add that here and say, oh, that must be the blue hat. And put X's in the rest of that row and column. And so Oliva is position 5, blue hat, and slippers with a red backpack. So we're going to fill her in this way. She's slippers. So X's in the rest of that row and column. She has the blue hat. So we put that here. O here. X in the rest of that row and column. And Oliva is position 5. So we put that here. And X for the rest of that column and row. All right. And then since Oliva has the slippers, we just figured out she was in position 5. So let's put that in this direction. So X for the rest of that column and row. That tells us position 4 has to be the person in the sandals. So we'll put that here. So we have this whole box filled out now.